Hi friends, welcome to Eyes of My Heart. I want to read a beautiful poem this morning. And this is one, I know I say this all the time, that really speaks to me. But it does, because whatever I bring here on this YouTube channel is something that has spoken to me, that either I have had to experience or I'm longing to explore and look at. I'm just going to tell you, it's called She Let Go. You know, we hear so much about people saying, just let it go, let it go. Well, we're taught that we should do that, and then we start saying, but it's so hard. I've said that. But lately, I've realized it isn't hard. What is hard is me ruminating about letting go, and did I do it right? Did I really get it this time? Let me Google how to let go. And then up come all these things about read this book, do this 1, 2, 3 step, go to this workshop, listen to this speaker, and all those things have a place. I'm not dishing them at all because they help awaken us to this importance of learning to let go. I'm one, I really don't have a problem with letting go of things like regret or anger or unforgiveness. Those things honestly aren't that hard for me. But what is hard are the ruminating thoughts in my head. And it usually has to do with worry, anxiety, and fear. The what ifs about the future, the second guessing myself. I do that a lot. And the day can be going well, and I go to bed at night and suddenly there come those thoughts. And I start telling myself, just let that thought go, let it go. Well, it's still there. And then it impedes my sleep. And, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And when I read this poem, it was like, again, one of those moments, and I call them aha moments. You can call them revelations, turning points, whatever. But even repentance, in the Bible, we hear a lot about repenting. Repenting isn't a whole list of, quote, sins. Repenting is a turning around. You were looking, perceiving in one direction, and it's a complete turnaround. And now you're going in a different direction, and you're like, oh, this is what is the right direction for me. So I know I need to let go. I've struggled with learning to let go. I'm going to read this, and I just hope it falls on your heart. I don't know what you might struggle with as far as letting go. Maybe it is more with things like unforgiveness, hurt, things from the past. Or maybe it is that same kind of thing going on in your head. More of the hardships on yourself or the worries. Is my life really got purpose? Could I have done this better? I probably could have. And then we think about it. I'm going to say it. Let it go. Because I say that to myself a lot. And now, it feels like not only have I said it, but I've glimpsed it. I've experienced it. And it took, here's the words, no effort. And I'm going to read this poem. Again, we're all on unique journeys. It might be like, okay, that was nice, but it really didn't do anything for me after you hear it. That's okay too, but listen to it. I'm excited because it truly was one of those turning points for me. It's written by Sapphire Rose. I don't know who she is. And it's entitled, She Let Go. And if you're a man and you're here listening to this, you can say, he let go. She let go. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around in her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of all the planning and all the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. And a small smile came over her face, and a light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. I love that. There was no struggle. There was no effort. She didn't read a book. She didn't read more scripture. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't put it on her day planner and say, on this day, I'm going to let go. She didn't Google anything. It was like, it just happened. And that image of the tree, I think that's what did it for me, because I suddenly remembered last year when I was walking in our neighborhood, and it was beautiful. All the trees were in full autumn bloom, just glorious. And I was taking it all in. The sun was shining. It was cool. It was crisp. And I turned the corner, and there was this magnificent tree. Just, I believe it was yellow, just bursting with yellows and orange with little tips of crimson. So much so that I just stopped and was like, oh my gosh. And I'm telling myself, capture this, take a picture in your heart. And then I'm also pulling out my camera, taking pictures. But then I'm like, put the camera away, just be present to the moment. It was awe and it was wonder. And then this happened. A light breeze fluttered through, and in simultaneously hundreds of leaves just dropped. And they got caught on that breeze, and they started doing their little fluttery dance with the light shining on them as they made their way to the ground. And it was beautiful. It was just time. And all it needed was that one breath of the Spirit, that one movement of the wind, and it happened. The tree knew it was time to release. The leaves knew it was time to let go. And it was just as beautiful as all of them on the tree. And when I read this poem, it was like I remembered that and it all came together. Stop struggling. Stop trying to get it right and letting go. Be. And it's almost like that wind of the Spirit, and I think the wind of God, that pneuma, that breath of God. And it begins to just kind of flutter loose those things in our heart, in our mind that are still clinging for some reason. And we just let the wind bring them, release them, and they flutter to the ground. Natural. Stop striving. That's what I tell myself. Vicki, stop trying to get it right. I want to read that last portion one more time because it's just so beautiful to me. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be, and a small smile came over her face, and a light breeze blew through her. And the sun and the moon shone forevermore. It's all about acceptance. Let it be. And in my experience, I hear that word almost as surrendering. And surrendering isn't giving up. Surrendering is an acknowledgement of this is the ebb and the flow of life. And trusting that process, that experience, that God-given life that we have. And just as the tree is just being what it is, and not comparing itself and saying, well, why am I losing my leaves more quickly than that tree? Or, look at me, I'm holding on to all my leaves and it looks so great. The tree just is. There's no competition, no effort, no struggle. And when that wind blows, every tree is at a different point and it releases what it needs to release. And those little leaves let go naturally. And they dance in beauty as they fall away. I know that's a metaphor, but boy, is it an image that speaks deeply to my heart today. Don't worry about if you're doing it right, you're letting go right, you're moving forward. Just be in the moment of the Spirit of God. Let life be as it is and surrender to that. As I'm older now and I have friends who are like, I can't believe I'm getting this old. Those numbers, they're just like, I don't feel it in my body. I don't feel it in my mind. But we can start to ruminate about getting older. I should have accomplished more. I maybe could have done that, or maybe I made the wrong decision here. And you second guess yourself. Let it go. Be in the moment that you are, whatever age you are, whatever condition you may be in. Again, surrendering doesn't mean resignation. It's not stopping trying to live or to move forward. It's accepting, like it said here, it isn't good and it isn't bad. It is what it is, and it's in that space of acceptance that we feel the freedom that comes from accepting where we are and letting go the worries, the anticipations, the regrets, the fears. You guys, you'll dance in the wind of the Spirit. That's all I wanted to share today. Sapphire Rose, you can Google this poem. There's shortened versions of it. And I don't want the shortened version. I want that long version. Because I see myself in just about every sentence there. Trust that still small voice of God within you. Be who you've been created to be. Let go of the things you're clinging to. And it will happen. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I don't know how to do it. All I know is how to be. And to be receptive to that gentle wind when it flows through and loosens up all the things in my heart and mind that I've been unable to release. Let the wind of the Spirit do it in your life and in your soul as well. Surrender, let go, and live in the freedom for which you have been born to be free, in the love of God. Take care.